Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome. So in today's video I'm going to share with you guys how you can upgrade your space, your rental space in Jamaica, to make it more high-end, a little bit more luxurious. So if you're interested, make sure you guys stay tuned and let's get into it because I have a lot more tips I can share with you guys. The first thing that I would recommend you guys getting is, I don't even know what the correct term is, a paint scraper, okay? And this paint scraper is going to be a useful tip, especially if you're renting in Jamaica. I've noticed at a lot of rental units that I've viewed, you guys can watch my video on apartment shopping in Jamaica. You guys can see that, but a lot of the units that I saw, there was a lot of paint splatters on the tiles, and the places I looked at were all like supposed to be high-end, right? If you guys ever go into like a rental unit, or you even have one right now, or you're living in one right now, you want to get one of these. You can get this at any hardware store. If you're in Fire, you can get this at Dollar Tree. You can buy this online. They're really affordable. They should not even cost nowhere near $500 Jamaican. They should be like less than that. With this, my handy dandy tool, what you want to do is clean your tiles with it. That's what I use it to clean my tiles, my flooring. If you don't have tiles but you have things on the ground that you want to take off, you can use this, okay? All you have to do is just go on the ground and then rub it and scrape it and then take it off. Now when you're scraping, it does not take off the paint, it does not scratch the tile, it does not do anything, because the way that it's made, it's super like soft, so it's not really affecting the ground at all. So I use this all the time, especially if there's some things on the floor after mopping and I'm like, why is this not coming off with the mop? So I come in with this and I rub it and my floors look squeaky clean. Thank me later. I'm telling you guys, cleanliness is definitely a really big thing when it comes to making your space look high-end, luxurious. You don't even have to have a lot of things in your house. As long as your place is clean, it's gonna look good. So this is gonna assist with doing that as well, and it's gonna transform how your space looks, specifically your flooring. Okay, so the next thing we're going to talk about is light bulb brightness in your space. Your light bulb plays a large part in the mood of your space, is the practicality of how your space is, so basically how you can move around and all that, and overall how your space looks. So I always say that you guys go very bright when it comes to your main source of lighting, because when you're at night or it's just dark in your room, you want to be able to flick on your light switch and you can see everything that's going on in your room. So what you want to do is be able to buy the most brightest bulb that you can get, and I would say depending on what mood you want to go for, so you have to think about those things when deciding, but I would say go with a white light. So the second thing is you want to choose the light bulb temperature. So if you want really white, I would suggest really white for your main light, and then you can do warmer lighting when it comes to your accent lighting. So you can do warm lights for your lamp, warm lighting for like your string lights, warm lighting for just like all these different type of lighting that you're going to introduce into your room, and that ultimately is going to help create the mood. But we're not talking about mood. I've been to houses down here where the lighting, like even the lighting in the bathroom, in the kitchen, in the living room, is super dim, poor. It's not even that bright, and it just makes your place look more like low end, low budget. And then I'm telling you, once you switch that lighting, you're gonna be like, what? This place looks 10 million times better. Okay, thank me later again. If you guys are liking these tips so far, make sure to share this video to someone who will find this video helpful and useful. Just share it. Just share it. Be like, hey. Okay, let's go on to the next tip. So when we have a rental unit, you want to be able to keep it in the best condition as possible until you move, or until the landlord's like, hey, I want back my space. So we're gonna talk about that, especially when it comes to cooking. So in the kitchen, when people are cooking on their stoves, they're frying all their favorite foods, and you know what that means. Oil is splattering everywhere. Your sauces are splattering everywhere, going on your walls, and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to repaint this place once it's time for me to leave. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna share with you guys something that's going to actually help you guys in the long run. So the first thing is, when it comes to cooking and you want to avoid having to repaint the place, what you can do is go in with wallpaper. You can choose whatever wallpaper you want, but if you're someone who's like, okay, I love the colors of my wall, so I don't want to put on fancy wallpaper, but I do want something to protect around my stove, what you guys can do is go in with transparent wallpaper, and I'm going to link it down below. You can get this on Amazon. It's very affordable. Well, all I did was just I put this only around where my stove is, and the reason why is because whenever I'm cooking anything and it splashes on the wall, I can just wipe off this instead of worrying about having to repaint the place once I leave. And you guys are gonna thank me later, because it makes a world of a difference. Who's moving and who really wants to paint again? Who's moving, who wants to be scrubbing the walls? So this is just gonna help it, and once you are leaving, all you have to do is just peel it off, and it does nothing to your wall. Like, it doesn't ruin the paint, it doesn't ruin anything. So this is a good must-have. You guys should have this. It's just gonna upgrade your space a little bit more. As I said, it's see-through, so it's really not gonna affect the color of your wall. If anything, if your walls are matte, it's just going to give it a more glossy sheen type of finish wherever you put this. Speaking of wallpapers or peeling stick tiles, you can go in if you have a kitchen and go in with your peel and stick towels. I feel like I touched on this on the previous video, so I'm not really gonna go touch onto this, but I'm gonna link a similar video that I have done on rental upgrades to make your space look more high-end and luxurious. You guys can watch that because I'm pretty sure I talked about peel and stick in that video. But again, it's simple things like wallpapers and peeling sticks that can enhance your space. So the next thing that I'm going to recommend to you guys, and I hope I did not say this in the previous video, but I would say furniture and floor protectors. I'm calling them that. They're called felt pads. I'll link similars down, and I'll link similars down below. Ooh, those things are so loud. But basically, these are going to protect your furniture and protect the flooring. So you want to use these felt pads basically on furniture that are high movement. You're going to be moving all the time. Now, these felt pads are peel and stick. So you peel off the back of the felt pad, you put it on the feet of whatever furniture piece you have, and it sticks. So basically, whatever furniture that you're going to be moving the most, you want to put it under. So dining room tables, bar stools, chairs, beds. Decide to like change up your room one day and you have to be dragging the bed, at least you have these underneath it to protect your flooring, okay? And you're gonna thank me later because especially when it comes to your space, you don't really want to have like chipped and scratched tiles. I feel like it just lowers your house. Yes, it happens to everybody. Listen, it happens to all of us. This is why I had to buy this, because you don't want to have your floor all scratched up and it just makes it look bad. And worse on top of it, it's not your space. If you're using these tips for rental space, it's not your space. So you want to be able to give back the space in the way that you first got it. Yeah, so this one comes in many different sizes. The way that these are, like with some of them comes with like big huge squares. If you don't have furniture feet that big, you can always like cut whatever you need out of it and then use that portion onto the furniture pieces. But I'm telling you, I'm gonna link a similar down below. I got this at Dollar Tree if anyone is in like America, Canada. Then don't forget to comment and like and subscribe to my channel for similar videos to this if you guys are liking the tips so far. So the next tip I have is learning about what your style is, what you like, and just being a little bit more educated on designing a space. And the best way to be more educated on it is literally YouTube. Everything I learned is from YouTube, from social media, from other content creators. Now, this is gonna be the best thing because I wanna say this in this video and I'm gonna say it loud and clear so you guys can hear. Money does not buy style. This buys style, okay? This is what's gonna make your place look good. So you can go ahead and buy like a $5,000 chair, a $10,000 couch set, and your space might still look not as good because the couch set is not proportionate to your living room size. It does not complement the wall color or the accents that you're using inside the living room. You guys want to be able to buy things that is within your budget. Of course, never, I would say, this is just my 2 cents, but you guys can obviously do what you want, but I would say never ever put things on lease and loan just to say that you have it. Like if you are going to be living in a place, like if it's 6 months into the year and you still only can afford like certain things, live like that until you can afford. Save until you can afford, because I feel like I don't see the sense of you guys putting down payments on TVs and fridges and stoves and couches when you could literally easily just save for all these months. Who cares what people think if they feel like you don't have any money and you can't afford furniture? At least you know that you're saving, and then once you have enough money you can buy the item outright. Because there's 2 reasons why I feel like when you guys put like down payments on materialistic things, they can break and you're still paying off on something that broke. And then on top of it, like things can happen in your home, like you can get flooded out, things can break, like it just doesn't make any sense. So again, save and always shop around. Always shop around. Whether you're buying things on Amazon or you're going to different stores, you want to shop around and see what the best thing is. Don't get me wrong, sometimes, well, especially in Jamaica, when things are lower price, the quality is not there, but that's not all the time. So you guys have to remember that. Just look at the item, make sure you guys open it, look at it, test the quality, test the sturdiness of it, test like how it looks, and see if it's worth the price that they're selling it for, and you guys should be good, okay? I'm telling you guys, these are the best tips I can give you, and they're going to transform your space rapidly. I'm gonna link another video I did similar to this on my channel if you guys want to watch any of my makeover transformation videos of my spaces in Jamaica. So the next thing that I have here is double-sided tape. You guys are going to thank me later, especially if you live in a rental unit or you're just not educated on drilling holes in the wall and stuff. Now let me tell you guys, this heavy duty sturdy double-sided tape I got in a store in Jamaica in Mandeville. I call it M51, and basically I bought this for $300. They have one for $300 and I think they have one for like $500 or $1,000. It's much more bigger and has more. Basically I use this to put up things on my wall, so my picture frame, my mirrors, anything that has to do with wall that I do not necessarily have to drill a hole in, because like picture frames I don't really have to drill a wall in the hole in. But I put up like a full body mirror just with this, and the mirror is still up now, so I feel like it works. And the picture frames I put up, they're very, very flimsy and like not really they're good quality, don't get me wrong, but they're more on the thinner side, so they don't weigh that much. So you guys want to get this, and the reason is because I use this so I don't have to put holes in the wall. Again, it's not my unit and I don't want to be putting holes everywhere in the wall. So I use a double-sided tape. So basically when I say double-sided, both of the sides are sticky. So one side will go on the item, the piece, the furniture piece, and the next side will just stick to the wall, and it sticks. It doesn't budge, it doesn't move, anything like that. And I'm telling you guys, so if you are someone who ends up putting holes in the wall, I have a good little kit for you guys, just so when you're moving out, or if you decide to take down that piece off the wall and you don't even want it up there anymore, you won't be looking at holes there all day every day. You can go in with this 3-meter high strength small hole repair. You can buy it on Amazon. I got this on Amazon because I was like, what? Well, I'm not really too educated on the correct term, so I didn't want to go to the hardware and be like, what can I use to fill a hole in the wall? So basically you can do that as well if you're more educated and you know it. Well, you can go and ask for putty, I think, because basically it's just like a small hole repair all-in-one applicator tool. I use this multiple times just to let you guys know. So basically this is what you do. So you open it and then you squeeze out the white filling that's supposed to like fill up the wall. Once you squeeze out the white filling, you turn it this way, and then you use this part to like smooth it out on the wall and like make sure everything is in. Once it's smooth out, you use a sandpaper on this side and then you sand it back down, and then once it's sanded down and you make it dry, you can go ahead and paint over it if you would like. So again, it's really easy, and then this was super affordable as well. That's why I bought it. I was like, hey, the only thing is I feel like it might dry out after a while, like if you have it. And it's so weird because why is it dry? Like, well, how can it dry out if it's in a tube? But still something that you guys can have for your rental space. Again, I'm gonna link similar down below. I've done a part 1 to this, so you guys can watch it. I have some home-based videos in Jamaica you guys can watch, and I will see you guys in my next one. Au revoir.